Hello, hello. Welcome again to another episode of Two Idiots Doing a Podcast. Just two of us today, just me and Daniel. Going to be talking about a couple different things. March Madness, MLB opening day. I actually went to a game. I actually went to two games, but I went to opening day, Rangers and Red Sox, and then the game after that. So I'll be talking about my experiences and kind of the expectations of what the Rangers season will look like, along with Chicago as well, and an NBA game, a rare NBA shout out. Yeah, you know what? Two actually. I forgot about the Bulls thing. I'm not gonna spoil it until we get there, but if you know what happened the other night, you just know. So we're on a quest to further prove that we know ball. I would say Stephen A, but I was talking with my brother last night about how, he really isn't that stupid. He just is an entertainer, and probably he's kind of he's at this point he's a troll. There's no way he's like actually serious with some of his takes. Whereas someone like Kendrick Perkins, bro, really saying the Clippers are the second best team in the Western Conference. My goodness, thoughts and prayer. That dude's got CTE to the next level because that is just horrifically wrong on so many levels, but. Neither here nor there, nor are we really going to talk about that because, again, NBA. So, a couple things we got for icebreaker, usual. We got an immaculate grid. We'll start off there. But then we got two more things. So we got MLB Pickle, which is basically it's just a Wordle for baseball. So you have to guess the baseball player within 9 attempts. And then something very similar as a batter up. So you're kind of giving their stance. And if you just pretty much the same thing, just guess. You're given a certain amount of guesses based off age, position, division they play in, the team they play for, stuff like that. We'll get into that, but we're going to start off basic. We're going to start with an immaculate grid today. Make things nice and easy.
Maybe not easy.
And when I mean easy, actually, Pickle has been. I've been cooking in that. Of course, today, when we're recording this, I'm going to embarrass myself now that I said that. What's Jonah Heim's number?
Oh, man. Putting me on the spot here.
My bad.
What is his number? 23?
I'm going to trust you and just do 23. Whew, Rookie of the Year column.
Oh, yikes.
We're not, you know what? All right, I'll do it if that's actually Jonah Heim's number. I'm just going to look it up.
I don't think it is now.
We're bailed out. It's 28.
We're not... I knew it was 20-something.
All right, we're doing 28. And the reason I'm doing that, for those who don't know, I'll talk about it later, but Jonah Heim last night, at least the time of this recording, on the 28th, crushed 2 dingers, so...
This one's not any better.
You gotta be kidding me. Jonah Heim just made it even harder.
At least 23.
We have to name an MVP for the Tigers, Rockies, and Pirates.
Yikes. Yikes.
We're cooked.
I mean...
Okay, well, here's the thing. The player must have won an MVP in a season he paired for that team.
Oof.
Crap.
Yikes. I was going to say, an obvious one for Pittsburgh is Skeens for Rookie of the Year, but that just happened. So it's going to be super high.
I don't even care. We're just going to take it.
8? That's wild.
Are they going Roberto Clemente?
I don't know. Did McCutchen ever win MVP?
Yes, he did.
Because he had, when he was with the Pirates, they had some really good years.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I was going to say.
All right. Good news is we're kind of cooking with Pittsburgh. We did a really bad thing again. I forgot to announce the Coms and Rose. So that's my bad. Rose are Pirates, Rockies, and Tigers. Actually, I guess I technically did, but I'll just go over it anyway. Columns are Brewers, Rookie of the Year, and MVP. So... MVP, Rockies and Tigers, bro. That is Troy Tulowitzki. Did he win either?
Oh. I don't remember how good he was his rookie year. I know he's like a Colorado legend, but
Did Larry Walker win MVP as a Rocky?
ooh,
Oh.
Todd
What about Todd
Helton?
Helton?
Yeah, I was gonna say Todd Helton would be another one.
I don't know if he won one though.
I don't know. I mean, Chris Bryant wasn't with the team.
Tigers Rookie of the Year is insane.
No, can't be either of them. I was thinking either Tolia or Tovar, but I don't think either
I'm
of
gonna
them
go
did
Starling
anything.
Marte for Brewers Pirates. Oh, he didn't. What? He didn't play for the Brewers? I swear he did. I swear he did. Well, that's awkward. I was so confident in that one. I sold, chat. Brewers Rockies.
I don't know anything about Colorado.
I'm gonna do something risky here.
Nice.
Boom boom! I don't even know how to say his name other than Check-in. Certified ball nerd chat, 4%. I can't even say that after what I just did. I can't say that.
Do you know if Fernando Rodney ever played for the Brewers? No. I was gonna say I know he definitely played for Detroit. He's the guy that traveled a good amount.
That one's gonna be a bit tougher for me.
Yeah, Detroit is. Did Riley Green win Rookie of the Year?
We can try it. I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either.
I'm gonna hold off for a moment.
I don't think he had that good of a rookie year, if I remember right.
Tigers, I'm not. What's the name of the manager that they have?
Hinge?
Jim Leland? How do I spell it?
I think it's Ley.
I thought he played.
Land.
Look at this up. Yeah, American former baseball player. Ley. Okay, it's not coming up. He definitely played, so that's weird. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just a bum. That's okay.
I mean, Tulowitzki's our best shot at the Rockies.
I don't think he won MVP, but I feel fairly. I gotta try it. Did Arenado?
Did he ever win MVP with them? I know he won so many Gold Gloves.
No, he doesn't have an MVP.
I didn't think so.
Man, dude, that is so brutal. This is brutal.
I'm
gonna try Larry Walker for MVP, but I think we're just striking. We're gonna have to. Okay.
Oh,
100%. I think he's. If it's 100%, I think it's literally the only player that's done it.
That's crazy.
So okay. I knew Helton was close, but he played kind of steroid era for a good portion.
Ty Cobb for Detroit.
Yeah, screw it.
I don't know.
My God, certified ball nor.
Look at that.
Look at you.
Rookie of the Year.
Was Whitey Ford a Detroit Tiger? Actually, I don't even know when Rookie of the Year was introduced.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be an insane poll, but I can't risk it that early. Dude, that was a great pick, by the way, because Miguel Cabrera MVP. Wow, we're dumb.
Well, I mean, I feel like that one was obvious.
I know.
I was more trying to get
something else. I was even thinking about Miggy. So, good pull for Ty.
I just wasn't sure if he ever
Tigers.
won
I
it.
should know Brewers, and I just don't. Not with the Tigers, anyway.
Nope, never mind.
Chat, we don't know Detroit. Can you blame us?
We don't know Detroit at all. It has to probably be. I mean, it has to be a reliever of some sort.
I was debating Joba Chamberlain.
I mean,
I don't
he
think he
traveled,
played with the Brewers.
But I don't think he played. Yeah. Because I think everyone on Milwaukee's current roster is, I think, mostly from them. And Verlander never played for the Brewers.
Brutal, man. This is brutal.
Scherzer also never played. I'm trying to think of, pitchers.
Wait, did Delman Young win Rookie for the Year? Hang on. I gotta risk it. Dang it! I thought he did. I'm selling. We need to come back later.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this Dodger Brewer.
We got cooked. I'm gonna keep it a stack. We got smoked. I'll try Joba. At this point, the stupid Tigers. Nope. Jeez,
yeah, I
man.
didn't think so.
Brutal.
That's
who.
Great.
I just did. Oh, did I back out? Is it two? Yeah, show summary. One Rookie of the Year for. I swear, if it's Arenado. Well, I hate when it does this. Show me it for specifically the Rockies. Don't show me Jason Jennings. I'm a level with you. No idea who that is.
Prince Fielder.
Well, we're dumb. Well, Prince Fielder's the most obvious choice though. And Verlander's bad though. I won't lie. Verlander was bad. That's bad.
Who was the Rocky Brewer one?
Rockies Brewers, Mike Moustakas.
Yeah, I wouldn't have remembered that. I didn't know he played for Colorado. I knew he played for Milwaukee.
Yeah, I'm not too mad about this, but Gabe Kapler. Oh man, Casey McGee. I forgot about Casey McGee. Okay, well, we're coming back to that. But for right now, we got to move on to our next bit. Hopefully we cook a little bit better in this next one. Because that was rough, man.
That was brutal.
Guys, so yeah, we said we are going to prove our ball knowledge, and we clearly didn't. Hey, I got the check-in poll. Chassin. Clearly, I can't even say his first name. I just remembered him from, 2004 or 5. So... If y'all are yelling at me for not being able to pronounce the man's name, I was 7, all right? So, don't at me. So, as we were explaining here, so this is basically Wordle. So we had to try to guess the player they picked once a day, every day. And we'll be doing this once a week now. Just easy ball knowledge and try to get it as few guesses as possible. So, I'll let you start. What was that?
Scooball.
Oh. All right, let's see. Ale Central.
Nothing.
So it's AL and 20, a guy in his prime. Not a starter.
Also not a lefty thrower. Or righty hitter.
Oh so shoot! I was gonna guess Bobby Witt, but
so
is he righty?
He hits lefty and throws righty.
He's got to be within 2 years older or younger. I think that's what the age, orange for age is. Yeah. So he's either 26 or 30. Or it could be as low as 26 or as high as 30. He could be 27 or 29.
How old is Jazz Chisholm? You can check.
I think he's 25.
When you type it in, it'll show you. Without you having to
Oh, 27. He's a little bit older than I thought.
And he's
right, but we could still test the waters. All right.
Okay.
So we have bats lefty. He throws righty, and he's 27. It is an AL West player.
Or Nope. Yeah, AL West.
Because it has to be AL West. Lefty. You're right. It's Jonah Heim.
Heim switch is a switch.
Oh, yeah. He's a switch. You're right. Frick. Yeah. I'm telling you, it was a Texas Ranger just recently. No way they'd do that twice. That's suspicious. Trying to take the teams. Lefties on I don't know anything about Anaheim. I'm gonna keep
Taylor Ward. I think he's a righty. Yeah, he is.
He bats lefty though, and he's too old.
Yeah, he is. Okay.
Trying to think. Astros. Who the Astros got? They have players. I can tell you that much.
McCormick. I think that's his name.
Chris Chaz?
Nope, not
does not bat lefty though. It could be a Ranger.
I'm thinking through the lineup.
The issue with the Rangers is, anybody that's lefty is usually a switch hitter.
Seager is the only true lefty, but it's not American, so it's not Seager.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so my Heim guess was horrible, chat. It could, it can't be a pitcher.
It could be a reliever.
It could be a reliever.
Hobie Milner. What is he? Nope, he's a lefty throw. Don't worry about it. Nope. He's also a lot older than. Who is a reliever? I want to see if we can get a reliever. Or if it's a reliever or not.
I'm pretty sure Cal Riley bats. Oh, he bats switch.
Yeah.
And he's American.
I
kind of want to just throw one out there just to confirm division and try to see if we get a team as well.
Garabito. See if his name pops up.
How do you spell that?
Gara Bito. Bito.
I think it just popped up. Yeah.
He's too old. And he's not a lefty hitter.
Yeah. It might be a relief pitcher at this point. That's what I was scared of. That would happen at some point.
Andres Munoz. See what he hits. Nope. Okay. I knew he was younger.
Ty France isn't in Seattle anymore. Shoot.
No, he's over in
Minnesota. I know he's.
Ooh. Crawford. What's his
Isn't he
first name?
Okay.
No. Oh, he's too old.
All right,
and he's American.
Oh, yeah. Crap. We do need position, too.
Who plays? Oh, Josh Rojas. Is he still with Seattle? Nope, he's with the White Sox now.
Certified ball mower. Look at you.
Who's their third baseman?
Gosh, who was the guy that was Oh, those Red Sox. There was someone. Kevin Pillar was my brother's age, but then the Rangers had someone born in '97. They had someone born in '97.
It can't be DeGrom. It can't be DeGrom. I was gonna say there's no way they do DeGrom.
Way too old. It was a guy in the lineup.
And he's also a starting pitcher.
I mean, I know we just typed. No, it's not Jonah Heim. It wasn't Jonah Heim. Was it Peterson's too old, an American? Mm-hmm. Okay, I gotta think about this. Simeon's older than me.
Josh Smith.
It might have been Josh Smith.
He's American, but he's around the right age.
It was Josh Smith. Yeah, he that's who it was. He's 27.
Yeah.
But Josh Smith would be a throwaway because that wouldn't confirm position because he's already third base.
Oh yeah, even though he's a utility guy more than anything, and he's actually
Yeah, but
shortstop.
I think they were saying for sake. Yeah, true. Well, who knows with Josh Young right
That's
now?
fair. That's fair.
He's out tonight, so. Oh, Joshy Poo. All right, I think we just got to throw a name out there, just for the sake of getting.
Who's the third baseman? I mean, we need to do someone in the AL West, but who's the third baseman for Seattle currently? Because I know Jorge Polanco's the second baseman.
The third base for Seattle? I don't know. Not off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't either. That's the only position that I don't know for Seattle. Because it used to be Suarez, but it's not anymore.
Okay, just type in.
Oh, Lawrence Butler.
Lawrence Butler could be surf. Oh,
he's too young.
He's too young, but I'm gonna do it just to confirm if he's an outfielder, and just to lock up AL West. So he's not a S. Okay, so he's AL West, not a right fielder.
It has to be.
Okay. So,
who?
We knocked out a team, which is good.
Who's the lefty first baseman for the Angels? It's not Moniak. Oh, what's his name? I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I don't know, because the Angels are trash, unfortunately.
Christian Moore is the third baseman. Taylor Ward is the left fielder. Center field is... I don't know anymore. And then Trout's in right field. Who's in center for them? Who plays first for Seattle now, since Ty France isn't there?
I really don't know these teams all that well. I need to study up a bit.
Oh, man. But it's not the A's. Walker is a righty. Who plays second now for the Astros?
Paredes? No, Paredes is first.
Paredes is third.
Oh, Paredes is third. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Altuve's in left.
I remember us talking about it.
Does Jordan... How about Jordan? How old is Jordan?
He's close to our age. Oh my!
This might be it. It has to be him. Yeah.
Boom! Boom! Look at you.
I wouldn't consider him a left fielder, but sure. If we're going to consider,
I think for the sake they don't do.
I think Brent Rooker was a DH.
Was it?
Or listed as DH?
I thought he was listed as an outfielder.
Maybe not.
He's listed as an outfielder in fantasy. I would know that because he's in my outfield slot.
Which is crazy. I don't think I've seen that man play a day in anywhere in the outfield, other than like his first year.
I think they're straying away from DH positions since they don't really have it automatically slotted as one.
That's fair.
That could be why.
I mean, Jock Peterson is a DH.
Yeah, and guys like that tend to get skipped over because they can literally only play at utility if you just do a standard league.
Yeah.
So, last one, and we'll start talking about other stuff, and then another immaculate grid to make it up. But here we are. We are doing batter up. So he's a righty. I don't know batting stances for the life of me.
Wilyer Abreu?
Oh my god!
I'm just playing. He's not a righty.
Yeah, you're right, though. That'd be wildly based.
Who? Nope, that's not his. This is a familiar one. Brent Doyle? Brenton, sorry. Nope. None of it.
Alright, so in NL... I'll just throw it out there.
What does it mean yellow for third base?
It's a great question.
What?
What the heck? All right, well, here's the good news by me doing that. We know it's NL East. It might just mean it's infield, maybe.
Maybe.
So maybe it's a first baseman. So like, what if we did? Harper's lefty. That'd be a dumb guess, but
That's not Alonso's swing. Olsen's also lefty. Who am I? Oh, and then whoever the Marlins have.
I'm praying it's not a Marlin. Daniel, I think we have homework to do. Study the bad teams. Get some names in your mind. Because, holy crap. I'm being exposed as a fraud right now. Nationals, like CJ Abrams?
Maybe? Nah, he's a lefty.
Is he a lefty? Okay.
Yeah. Keeper, I mean, it could also be a switch hitter. That's the other thing.
It could be a switch hitter. Could this Luis Garcia, or is he a lefty too?
I think he's lefty.
Does it tell us?
No, it doesn't.
Dang. He doesn't even pop up. Oh, interesting.
Who's their outfield? Oh, Dylan Cruz. Try Dylan Cruz. I mean, he's an outfielder, but yeah, it's CRE.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I forget. I was just okay. Jeez, bro, is it not that?
Is he not there?
No, he's not coming up. Yeah,
No?
this site's a little janky.
So he does. So they don't have him.
And because he's played a game, so
yeah,
he should be in the system. So clearly, it's not him. Imagine if it is him somehow.
Oh, who's this? Type in Rojas.
Josh?
That's not gonna help me. No. I think it's Johan Rojas is the center fielder for the Phillies. Let's do our favorite player, Castellanos. It's not him.
Oh, it's our glorious Pookie, Nick Castellanos. And
okay, so it's not the Phillies.
Shocker. We're not doing too hot right now.
No.
Eesh. Age, we're not even close either.
Albies.
So, it's got to be someone really young.
Austin Riley. But I think Riley stance is more straight up. Profar is a switch hitter. Harris isn't. That's not Acuna swing. Ozuna? No. It's not Ozuna's. Who's the right fielder? Oh, Kellenic. So no. Who else?
Nimmo, maybe? I don't know. Or is Nimmo a lefty?
Nimmo's a lefty.
Yeah, that's what I thought. McNeil?
McNeil's also... Is he a lefty? No, I think McNeil's a righty.
I could try Jeff McNeil. Alright, okay. So I got us second base.
Albies? Because it's either Albies, I don't know who the second baseman.
Okay, we're cooked. Alright, well, here's the good news. Oh, dude, if it's a Marlin...
It's going to be a Marlin. The only other possibility...
Oh, no!
No, it has to be a Marlin.
We're screwed.
Because you have...
This is not a good look for us.
The Phillies, the Mets, Braves. Anyone else?
And it's Nationals.
But it's not... Oh, we didn't do the Nationals. But Garcia is the second baseman.
Yeah, and he's lefty.
I'm going to throw this out there. This is the only Marlin I know, and I don't even know if he plays second base. Try Xavier Edwards.
He's shortstop. I know that.
Yeah, I thought I saw him playing.
You know, I know I said I didn't know any Marlins, but like I remember looking at him in fantasy. I wanted him for shortstop.
That's fair.
Because he gets a lot of stolen bases. So I do know it's not him. I also think Edwards is too young.
Yeah, he is.
He's really young. Gosh, I wish they kept Jazz Chisholm. Although he's playing in outfield now.
No, he's at second.
Or is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Yahoo has him as second in outfield. So
well, I think we'll play both. Yeah, we're cooked. The last Marlin I know was that played second was John Birdie, but he's no longer there. He is the last
Marlin I can think of is Jose Reyes. I know Sandy. Does that make you feel better, Marlins fans?
The crazy thing is I would literally watch the Pirates Marlins game yesterday.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't pay attention at all.
All right, well we're cooked. I'll just type in Edwards and just take the L because we don't.
If it's a national, it's a national.
Bro. It's a national. Dude, is it Luis
Who?
Garcia? Ahmed Rosario.
Didn't realize he played for
the Nationals now.
Also, he's not a second baseman. He's a shortstop. Maybe Garcia's the third baseman now? But I swear in my fantasy he's listed as second.
I can look really quick. Sorry, chat. We're throwing a challenge flag. Oh, thank the Lord. The Yankees game is over. I survived. It's not over? Sorry, I'm getting distracted here.
Yeah, Garcia is listed as their second baseman.
Okay. Great news, chat. I survived. Yo, Brett! Bryce Terrain got me a home run! Let's go! The guy that's supposed to be getting me stolen bases got a dinger. Oh my gosh. I got so sidetracked. So it says he's listed as second.
Yeah. It says that Garcia is listed as second.
It says today Ahmad Rosario said second on ESPN, so... Yahoo is goofy. I would trust ESPN, to be honest.
That's fair. It says, Yahoo says that Rosario plays second, short, third, and all the outfield.
I mean, that's probably true. He probably flexes in because...
which is why it would make sense.
Garcia's not in today.
That's why it has it as orange.
Yeah.
Because he probably does play that. Yeah.
That's good to know. So I think that helps us out a little bit to know that if that's orange, think a utility guy. But okay. Good. Wait, can I one other thing to check really quick? Dang it, Westberg didn't give me another home run. Time to cut him. Disappointed. Okay. Anyways, now we actually have some ball to talk. I just embarrassed myself. So Daniel knows more modern day. I randomly know 2003 players. So I got some studying to do. But we do have a couple topics to talk about really quick before we end on a better immaculate grade because that was horrible. We got to get one good one in. So we'll start with MLB. Obviously, opening day is kicked off, and if you are a Brewers fan, thoughts and prayers because wow, today was embarrassing, especially since the Yankees had 5 errors. I don't know how you managed to score 9 runs and lose by double digits. So, but again, shout out to my boy Terang, hit me a dinger. So, thank you. But anyway. I did go to as I mentioned earlier in the episode, I went to the Rangers opening day with my brother, and also went his second day as well, on top of the fact that we walked on AT&T Stadium. So I don't mean to brag, I did score a touchdown in AT&T Stadium, and I may or may not have done the TO on the star, so take that as you will, Cowboys fans. But yeah, so first game, obviously disappointing that was a loss, but opening day was electric. It was the fullest I've ever seen it. The lines to just even get into the stadium was the longest I've ever seen it. Probably at least 10 minutes just to get through security, which, you know, maybe a little longer than that. I don't know. But usually security lines they take a few minutes at most. And we were there for 10, 15 minutes. I mean, it was packed. And thankfully we had aisle seats, so we weren't cramped in the middle or anything like that. But there was a lot of movement through our aisles throughout the game, which was kind of a pain. But so we sat third base side, third deck. So, I mean, decent seats. Obviously, at least for somebody as poverty as me, because it cost me over $300. So, thanks to the stupid fees. The fees are ridiculous, but neither here nor there. So, Ilvaldi, great game. Shout out to you. You 2 years in a row now had a pretty respectable opening day start. He's beating the allegations as a guy that's constantly on the IR. I know he was hurt last year, ironically, but comparatively, what he used to be, you know, I think he had Tommy John at one point with Tampa Bay. He's become a reliable guy in a rotation that has a lot of questions this year in terms of health. So it was nice to see him do well. And then the next day, Jack Leiter, he was great, but get that in the game in a minute. So Eovaldi was great. Rangers got the scoring started, and Boston and Texas were just going back and forth there for a little while until the one and only Luke Jackson decided to come in and rain on everybody's parade, which Willie Abreu, my goodness, never seen a platoon be such a monster of a player in my life until that game. Dude went like 3 for 3. I think he even doubled in that game. Could be mistaken, but he got on every time until the 9th of the next game. Ironically, Luke Jackson in game 2 was Abreu's first out in the series. So Luke did get his revenge in day 2, but day 1, meatball, and just Abreu crushes this into the stands. I think it was over 400 feet for sure. Well, he had to have been. It was probably closer to 420. He murdered this thing. I think it got past the bullpen. I could be wrong about that. I was far away, but he did a number to that thing. Everybody knew it was gone immediately, and the second that happened, it was just like life sucked out of everybody. But yeah, so it was a good game. It was fun. Obviously, just disappointing the Rangers. You know, they were getting on base, but just nobody's capitalizing off that, and that was kind of more of the same in game number 2. I'll go over that now. Just kind of more struggles of just, you know, getting those singles, getting your walks, but you're just, you know, Simeon's hitting a double play. You got others guys hitting a double play, swinging on the first pitch, and I'm just like, stop doing that. Just take your pitches. It's better for you to strike out than hit a double play, man. So if you're getting the double play, let it be like a 1-2 count. If you do that, so be it. You know, you had to protect the plate. Hitting into a double play on pitch 1, bad. That is bad. But that's not to criticize Simeon. He's had a fine series so far. Not electric, but he's gotten on base a couple times and he's done well. So Corey's really the guy that struggled, but in game 2, yeah, Rangers obviously won 4-1. Jonah Heim legacy game, 2 dingers. So speaking, you know, the catchers in general have been carrying this series for Texas, by the way, because I forgot the other catcher's name off the top of my head, but he had a double, and I think he singled as well, knocked in an RBI in that game, so in opening day. So catchers are kind of locking it down while Seager, you know, locks and loads and gets his 4 home run game here tonight. So I'm delusional, chat, but yeah, Jonah Heim, he had a great game, and, you know, he kind of did what I usually am against, but he swung at first pitch pretty much both times. Maybe not the first bat, but the second bat was immediate, and just both times just, you could feel that ball was going a long way. So, great game from him. Like I said, great game from Leiter. He had got out of trouble in the fourth. There was kind of a couple just defensive blunders, not necessarily errors, but like Wyatt Langford has an easy throw to third and just bobbles the ball and allowed Story or somebody to get to third base as a result. Should have been gunned out. And then another play. It was a tough play, but I think Josh Young or even maybe Seager kind of struggled with the ball in the same inning. Should have gotten out there too, and then ultimately, I think Abreu, or I don't remember who it was, but
it was Abreu.
It was Abreu. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. That man's had a legacy series. Let me tell you, knocked in a runner, tied the game. But Leiter did a good job. He's clearly got a lot more confidence year 2 versus year 1. I mean, they worked on his stuff, and he had a good spring, as you had talked about briefly before in a previous episode and our texts. And you could tell he was calm and composed. And to be honest, I'm a little disappointed he got pulled in the 6th. I know I'm saying that as a Leiter owner in fantasy, but, his pitch count is just a little bit above 70. And he was going up against a part of the lineup where he did well against. He did well against Casas. He did well against Campbell. These are the guys. He did well against Story. I think Story got a single, but he's not a guy that I was worried for leader for. So I was a little disappointed they pulled him a little early there. I would have at least given him Casas, and if he got on base, then maybe you could pull him. But especially considering Boston didn't pull Houck, so they kept him in, and his pitch count was even higher after 5. So. Although that turned out to be a poor decision on Boston's part. So maybe Bruce is a big ball brain out here. So overall, great games. Glad we did it. Glad to go run on AT&T Stadium. In case if anybody's wondering, AT&T Stadium has a part of the field where it's basically a 5-star hotel. Just utterly, it's insane, man. This stadium is crazy, and I think the craziest part for me was every seat you could see the field. And I gotta give, you could give Jones all the crap in the world for, being terrible at handling contracts and drafting talent and all that. But I gotta give Jones this much. He built a heck of a stadium. He took advantage of the space he's given, because for those of you who don't know, where these guys are built, there's a lot of open space. You can't do this in Chicago. You can't do this in New York. You can't really do this in any other city. And so it was a genius play for Dallas to place themselves where they're at. Same with the Rangers, because there's just a lot of open room for them to work with. And that's why it's, considered Jerry's World, and it's so huge, because they got the room to do it. And it's a beautiful stadium. It really is. And really, for perspective, by the way, for anyone that doesn't know, the old Ranger Stadium is not torn down. That's just wildly unusual, because you just wouldn't have room. But in Texas, the city said, why not keep it up? We got the room for it, and use it for concerts, and they use it for UFL. They used it for a rugby team before they went defunct. So, it's a great area overall, man. And you got Six Flags right there. This is mind-blowing. And then they just opened up a new museum in there. It's it's a really nice area. Really beautiful stadiums. And now if the Cowboys could just figure out how to win, that'd be good for you. Find out how the fans feel about that. But, yeah, so 6 games. So that is my rant about all that. I will let you jump in on these next couple pieces. So we'll go over our fantasy teams. You just highlight a couple key players. Not to go over your whole team, but who are some of your guys are going to be relying on this year, and kind of what's some of the strategy you want to go for. I know you didn't get to draft, but what do you want to build around? What are you going for? So
I think the biggest players for me are going to be maybe 3 of them: Seager, Ramirez, and Churio. We all know Churio had heck of a year last year as a rookie. So hopefully he'll have a good second year, and he doesn't hit a funk. Doesn't look like it to start the year. He looks like he's right where he left off. Seager, yeah, obviously he's not having a tough, or he's having a tough start of the year, but honestly, the dude, I don't think, other than 1 year when he was injured for most of the year, he hasn't had a season where he has had less than 30 home runs. So, like, he figures it out. He'll go on runs. He'll hit 3 home runs in a game, and then he's right back on track. But, yeah, I don't know what type of strategy there is yet. I know my pitching will probably carry a lot of it with Sale, even though none of these guys honestly had a really good opening day, but Sale, King, Strider will be back soon, or Strider will be back soon for me, which will be a huge boost. And then I feel like, honestly, have maybe some underrated bullpen pieces with Cade Smith, Carlos Estevez. Who's my other one? Oh, Abreu. As
yeah.
a Ranger fan, I hate Abreu, but fantasy purposes, he's a really good player. And honestly, I think I'll get a lot of holds with those guys or saves, because I think for most part Estevez is closer. But regardless, I think overall pitching is probably where my strong suit is going to be, and if I can take a couple of hitting categories, that's great. I think I have the ability to have power. It's just, I mean, Ramirez has power, Seager has power, Chourio has power. I mean, Churio's not the power guy, but he'll hit for average, he'll get you your bases, he'll steal, he'll also extend a single into a double. So, like, little things like that, I think will be super helpful. Jazz, playing with the Yankees for a full year, I think his power will go up. So I feel like, in a sense, hitting-wise, once I think everyone hits their stride and we're maybe a month into the year, I'm hoping those guys kind of step it up. Even though Chisholm had a home run today, yeah, I think I'm set up in a pretty good spot. Even though I didn't draft it, but I think the computer did a great job.
Yeah, they looking at a lot of these other teams that got auto-drafted too. They did really well for a couple teams that don't currently have team owners yet. So if anyone wants to join, hit us up. But anyway, yes, you were set up in a good position. You and Blake were kind of in a similar space where you just went pitcher heavy. Blake went crazy with relief pitchers. I think he has 6 or 7. I had 3 saves for perspective, and that's a lot compared to everybody else, and Blake would still be beating me. He's at 4, which is nuts. Albeit Helsley, or whatever. Helsley, yeah. Sorry, for the Cardinals. Might get me another one today here in a bit. But my strategy was to go power and speed. So I double dipped with Bobby Witt and Jaron Duran. That's going to be disgusting. Get 2 guys that are potentially 30-30 guys. Bobby Witt for sure. Duran, he'll get 30 stolen bases. The question is, can he get the 30 home runs? If not, he'll get 25. Jared Duran's a stud. So just having 2 of those kinds of guys that are going to be two-way are going to be huge. And then the rest was just, kind of a mix. Terang, although not a huge name, he's huge for stolen bases. That's going to get me 50 there. So, now I have 3 guys. Bobby Witt could get to 50. He probably won't. He'll probably be in the 35 range, but he could get to 50. Duran will get 30. And now, I have 3 guys. That's, I'm going to be over 100 stolen bases just between 3 guys. And then in terms of power, my outfield is where I really focused and where it will shine. Kyle Schwarber, that's my outfield 2, and Brent Rooker, outfield 3. I'm really counting on Rooker to have an insane year in a Mickey Mouse Stadium. As I told you before, I believe he can hit the 50 home run mark just because of where he's playing this year. So I think his numbers are going to inflate a little bit because of that. As long as he stays healthy, of course. Maybe his numbers stay relatively the same because I don't know. He was batting nearly 290 last year, and that could have been a little bit lucky. I don't know. It was like some of his advanced stats were looking like, but I think regardless, 40 home run hitter at least, hoping for 50. And then in my utility, Marcell Ozuna, I was actually distracted for a second, so I had to auto pick this pick. And at first I was like, ew. And I was like, oh, wait, that's another 40 home run hitter for me. So long as he doesn't have issues off the field. But yeah, those are some of the guys that I focused for power. And so pitching wise, I went very, 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 very risky. My first ace is not risky. It's Zach Wheeler. So, I mean, I have, a top 3 pitcher. Schwellenbach is a stud, and Bryce Miller should be really good. But beyond that, I mean, my number 4 guy is Clay Holmes. Which could be dangerous against you and Blake. That could be really sketchy. But he did well in his first game. I think he had a 3.8 ERA, which could be better. But, I was expected to be a lot worse against the Astros, no less. I went Walker Buehler. Again, very dicey, coming off Tommy John. But I know, he played last year, but it was really rough. But the potential is still there for him to have a great bounce back, in my opinion. Brandon Woodruff, another guy, coming off surgery, missed a lot of time. I think missed all of last year, if not most of it, for sure. I know what he who knows if he'll be like what he was when he was with Burns, but he could be nasty. And then another risky pick, 2 more actually, is Senga on the Mets. He's got nasty stuff. But once again, can he stay healthy? And guess what? That's not the last injury-prone pitcher I have on my rotation. Shohei Ohtani. So there could be, really, I'm not banking on all 4 of those guys to succeed. The strat was go big on 4 guys. I had a couple guys stolen from me that I really wanted. Alcantara was one of them. And so at that point, I was just like, let's just go roll the dice. It's late in the draft. Let's get some guys that can have high potential to have really good years based off previous success. And as long as 1 or 2 do really well, even 1's fine because I can replace the other guys. So that was kind of my mindset for pitching. And then relief, I do have a good bullpen. It's not as good as Blake's, but I would dare say it's probably second best in the league. I have Suarez out of the Padres. I don't have the biggest names. Housley, as I mentioned, so that's a big name. But I just picked up a Boston guy. I got Fairbanks on Tampa Bay. He should be getting a majority of shares there. And then I have a guy in Arizona for Martinez. So he might be splitting that with Pook. But he at least will get holds. We are a save-and holds league, so that's kind of the big focus there. So got 5 guys that hoping, I'm not going to be getting as many starts because I don't have any really. Looking at my rotation, most of them aren't number 1 or number 2 guys. So that is going to hurt me. I'm literally, the guy I'm playing has 3 number 1 aces, maybe 4. I think it was 4. I don't got that. So I'm kind of banking on my bullpen to hold my ERA down and keep me in the strikeout race so that when Wheeler and all those guys do pitch, they hopefully can keep me in that category. So yeah, plan is power and speed. Hopefully lower ERA with some of the riskier picks, and then maybe try to pick up strikeouts. So that's what I'm going for. And so far it's working. Bryce Strang hit a home run, as I've ranted about. So, not what I picked him up for, but I'll take it. So, really quickly, we got one more thing. I'll let you talk about this for a little bit. What would be some of the keys for the Rangers to have a successful year?
Yeah, I think the first thing is health. We dealt with a lot of injuries last year in a bunch of different areas. And when we were healthy, towards the end of the year, when we got DeGrom, Molly, I guess Bradford didn't ever come back. But we also lost Evan Carter. Bradford also was, like I mentioned, one of them. Seager missed some time, but like even when he was there, you could tell he was injured. Garcia didn't miss any time, but obviously something was off, and then he came out and said, yeah, I had to have surgery on something, so he was obviously playing through stuff. Um, Young got hurt early in the year and then came back. Um, so I think a lot of it is just health. If you look at our lineup 1 through 9, we have it's a tough lineup to face because our 8 and 9 hitters, or 7, 8, 9 hitters, for example, Heim last night, 2 home runs. Pilar, opening day, went 2 for 3 and drove in an RBI. And was the second run that Higashioka drove in. There's the other guy, Higashioka. Was in the 8th slot. So there's a bunch of, I think 1 through 9, you can't take a hitter off because even last night Taveras didn't look great, but Taveras is a good player. He, especially when he's
got a hit.
Especially when he's hitting from the left side, which is, I think, mostly what he's going to be doing this year. Pilar is going to be whenever there's a lefty on the mound, he'll play center field, and then Taveras will play center whenever there's a righty on the mound, which is fine with me, because Taveras is a really good hitter from that left side. He struggles from the right side. You can see the career stats, the difference between the two, but, genuinely, from that left side, Taveras is a good player, and you just can't take, and then, the top of the lineup is just as deadly as, I would say, probably the best. Langford's going to get his. Semion's going to get his. Seager is going to come around and be dominant. Garcia, we saw what Garcia did 2 years ago. You added Berger to it, who's also another 30 home run guy. So, Jock Peterson, when there's right-handers out there, he still hit 20 plus home runs last year. I think he hit 25. So there's going to be a lot of power in the lineup. Our big thing is just we have to drive in runs. And then just the health. I think Leiter and Rocker are going to have a huge impact on our year. More than I think we expected them to. I think Leiter started off the year great last night. I texted you even after the 3 innings. I was like, I don't care what happens the rest of the time. Him getting through 3 in that lineup, that's a success for me. That Boston is another 1 through 9 that I'd be scared. I don't think there's a break in that lineup, other than maybe Campbell right now. But I think once Campbell gets a little bit of experience, once again, that's a 1 through 9 you don't want to face. Yeah. But still, Leiter went through 3 scoreless and then ended up going 5 and gave up 1 run. He looked better last night than he did all of last year, and I think all of the spring. They did something in the offseason for him, and it has been beneficial for him. Same thing with Rocker. I think Rocker, he's got the stuff. He struggled a little bit in spring training with some location, but I think whenever he figures it out, he's going to be a big part of the Rangers. He already is. He's in the rotation. But I think, if anyone, this is me trying to be manager. I think whenever we do get healthy, starting pit, Bradford comes back, I think Leiter should be kicked to the bullpen and maybe even the closer. Because last year even, I remember mentioning this to you, he has a good 1-2 innings in him every single time he goes out there. and then it was usually the third or fourth inning that would trip him up a little bit. So
guys are
maybe
figuring him out quick.
Yeah. But last night, the commentator said something about how like his fastball is playing. Like the Red Sox players could not catch up to his fastball. So
Devers
whatever
was whiffing
so
like crazy on it.
Bregman doesn't miss fastballs, and Bregman was missing his fastballs.
Yeah.
And so like there's something that whether they messed with a little bit or they told him, hey, just throw it. There's something that they did in the offseason where that fastball is not just 97. It's 98 and unhittable. So whatever they did, that's why we love Mike Maddox. I always loved him. And I'm glad he came back. Bochy got him back, and I'm glad for that. And I think it's showing that Maddox put in the work with Leiter to say, hey, you're a good pitcher. Now let's make you better.
Yeah, he did a great job with Leiter. Just giving him a lot of confidence. It's just, the journey that getting to the MLB has been tougher on him and Rocker in particular. Being drafted a few years ago, and especially with Leiter last year, just didn't seem like he had a lot of confidence. And like as you mentioned, we get jumped on pretty early. So seeing him last night, getting a lot of guys to whiffs, like I said, Devers in particular, to me, looked like he was, granted, the way Devers swings, he swings to send a ball to the moon every time. He does this all the time. But he was making one of the best hitters on the planet look foolish. And looking one of the most experienced, in Alex Bregman look foolish. Really, the only guy who wasn't fooling a ton was Duran. But again, that's another superstar in the making. So it's like, to do that well against that top part of the lineup is crazy. So excited to see what he can do. And once that rotation gets healthy, big win because Cody Bradford is made of Swiss cheese. And that says a lot because Jacob deGrom is made of even more Swiss cheese. So like, a lot of health concerns there. John Gray, I'd say of all the guys that has injury issues, he's the unluckiest human being on the planet. I don't think he's injury prone. I think he just gets crap dealt with him. Getting drilled in the hand, like what are you supposed to do about that? Same as Young. That's what happened to Young last year.
Yeah, it was a 105 line drive right back at him.
Yeah, that's it. You can't do anything about that. So tough luck for him, but hopefully it's going to be a while until you get him back, but yeah, so for the time being, let him do a great job locking that down, and who knows, maybe if he does well enough, you gotta keep him in. Who knows? Maybe it's Rocker that, kind of goes through that, where he's, looking good a couple innings and then kind of falls off. We don't know. So, all that to say, Luke Jackson, get ready to learn middle reliefs, buddy, because holy crap. He looked great last night. I will cut him slack. He got Abreu out for the first time. Thank the heavens. And, the last out was a little controversial. Looked like, I forgot who it was. Looked like they might have been safe, as the ball was, not quite touching the glove when I saw his foot in the bag, but it was, in it, but it wasn't, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So, it was really close to, closing the glove, but he didn't have it closed. So it looked like he didn't have possession of the ball yet. But yeah, good bounce back for Luke, but still sketchy. So, we'll see what they do with Leiter, Kumar. In terms of the White Sox, I figured I'd just throw them out there just because I'll be moving back there soon. Just have fun. You did start 1-0. You did lose today, 1-0. So I think the magical season that they were imagining of starting 1-0, it's over. Because getting shut out by the Angels is brutal. Yeah. I don't know if that might be worse than losing 8-1 to the White Sox. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, way to leave your starter out to dry. My goodness. But yeah, I think just the key for them is just find ways to keep your high spirits in any way imaginable. Just play loose. Don't take the game too seriously. I know, it's not usually the best advice, but when you win 42 games, you gotta change something up. And I think it's just, gotta bond with the boys and don't go too crazy. Don't get into like trouble or anything, but just have fun out there and just know you're not going to be contending for anything. And if you kind of have this loose free mentality, who knows, maybe you could surprise some people and win 50 games. Or maybe even 60 if they're daring. It's unfortunate that they're in a tough division too, so just kind of keep them like that. Could be the other focus, is try to play spoiler for a team like the teams in your division. That should just be really your main focus right now. Really hone in on Royals, Twins, Tigers, and Guardians. Try to beat them as much as you can and play spoiler for them. And obviously one's got to go, make the playoffs, and I'm sure multiple will, but who knows? Maybe if a couple of them struggle and they're in the looking outside looking in and you beat them a few more times than you should have, might be able to kick them out. So those will be my focuses for them. For the Cubs, get Shota support. My goodness. I know you're playing the Dodgers, but this is an issue last year. You have a phenomenal ace. Debatably a better deal than Yamamoto. I don't know if he's necessarily a long-term going to be the better pitcher or not, but certainly a much better contract. It's just a superstar for the Chicago. Definitely a top guy for them. Get him help. Get him support when he is on the mound. You don't have to score a lot because the guy's got it on lock, but you can't be doing this. Oh, we got shut out. We scored 1 run. You can't give him the DeGrom treatment when he was on the Mets and healthy. You gotta give him support, and theoretically, Kyle Tucker should do that, but you can't just rely on Kyle Tucker. Other guys got to step up. Pete Crow Armstrong should hopefully help out a little bit in that regard. But not a lot of, Nico Horner, he's a quality, decent player, but not really the guy you kind of need to be your number 2 guy. So get Imanaga some support, and really the rotation's decent. Just offense has got to be more consistent. It's really on the offense mostly this year. So we'll see. As I mentioned, consistency. They only scored 1 run last night, but put up like 8 the night before. 10. It was 10 on Arizona the night before. So stop doing this. You don't need to score 10 a night. The night before they did because they allowed 6. But just try to keep it a cool 4 or 5 a game. Don't be doing this highs and lows. And bullpen does look like it's going to be worrying as well. In their win, allowed quite a few. And last night, as I mentioned, they allowed 8. So bullpen didn't necessarily allow 8. Steele allowed a few of those, but bullpen allowed a few as well. So can't be allowing that many runs, but albeit the Diamondbacks are a good lineup. So it is a division they could contend to win. As we saw, the Brewers scored 9 and lost by 11. So, and the Brewers had 4 less errors. So, definitely open to them to win it. Unless the Pirates or Reds want to surprise the world. Certainly possible. It's the most open division in baseball right now. It really is. Maybe the AL West has a couple, Rangers should win it, but Astros could shock people. Mariners could finally live up to potential. Oakland, or Athletics, whatever they are, could shock people, but who knows who's going to win that NL Central. And so I think if you're the Cubs, gotta take advantage of that. You gotta take advantage of that because you're not in a division where it's just locked up. It's not Dodgers have it lock it up. Well, honestly, that's really the only division that could be locked up, but neither here nor there. So those are my keys to success for all those teams. Obviously, the White Sox won't see any playoff success, but if you could just keep it loose, you'll have a fine year. So we're gonna skip college basketball because we're running a little late. So we're gonna talk really quickly about one quick hockey thing. You could give a quick shout out to your Stars. They're getting close to the playoff spot, so
Yep.
let you give them a shout out. So
Yeah, they've looked a lot better. The top line, which has struggled a little bit since Rantanen, it's not Rantanen's fault. Let's just get that out there. The chemistry has just not been there. They haven't ever played with each other together, so that just takes naturally some time when you're on the ice. But the past couple games, yeah, when in Edmonton and Calgary, Robo had a hat trick in the second period by itself. He didn't even need the first or the third period. And then Hintz scored in Edmonton. Rantanen scored in Calgary. So, they're kind of now starting to find themselves and get the chemistry together. So, it's kind of exciting. The defense is still the only question. We knew losing Heiskanen was going to affect us a lot. But I don't think we realized it would affect us this much. We have a good defense, other than Dumba. We just have to be more consistent. There are games where they look really good, and then there's games where they look really bad, like Edmonton. Yes, we won. We were up 5-1 at one point. Yeah, 5-1. Way too close. That shouldn't have been as close as it was.
I didn't realize it was close. I turned off after 4-0.
It was 5-1, or 4-0, and they came all the way back, and Edmonton only lost by 1. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So and then in Calgary they looked great. So
consistent.
It's just got to be consistent. I still think whoever comes out of the Central, whether it's Winnipeg, the Stars, or Avalanche, are still going to win it all. I still think it's probably the Avalanche or the Stars, whoever makes it out of that series. But, yeah, no, the Stars look good, and I think this is the right time to start looking good. The second line just looks good. It's Duchesne. Sagan's on the road trip with them, so he is nearing a return. They expect him before the playoffs to play a couple games, and then for him to be ready in the playoffs. So that's a huge, huge got to get back. He scores 20 goals a year for his whole career. Sometimes even a 30-goal-a-year guy in his prime. But when you add Sagan back to the second line, or who knows, even maybe the third line, it just gives a whole different scoring boost that the Stars will need.
Yeah, that all makes sense, and hopefully Mikko could slowly start getting warmed up to his line mates and start cooking at the right time. So, but there's no reason for the Stars team to not make another deep run other than the horrible NHL playoff system. So, Avs Stars should at worst be a second round matchup. You would hope ideally conference finals, but I know Winnipeg's really good, and a couple really good teams have to play each other early, but not first round. So, but yeah, and then in terms of the only other thing we had for NHL was who's hot, who's not. The Blues and Senators are my hot teams. The Blues obviously, objectively, won 8 in a row. About to jump Minnesota for the first wild card spot. Cooking at the right time. Seems like a very Jordan Bennington thing to do. Probably just doesn't care about playing hockey until late March. So good for the Blues. As much as I hate you, I do respect you. And it's just a city thing. You just Chicago and St. Louis don't like each other. That's just how it is. And then the Senators, they pretty much, can't say they've locked it up because again, holding mid in the battle for the wild card spot. Spots for the Eastern Conference, but the Senators have really kind of hit their stride since post Four Nations tournament. They won the last several games. I think had a few in a row, lost them one few in a row again. So they've just hitting all strides right now and seem like they'll have a wild card spot locked up. Unfortunately for them, they were slowly creeping up for a potentially divisional spot, but Tampa, Toronto, and Florida, although kind of struggling, all like 5-5 last 10. While Ottawa was trying to catch up, they were all on fire too. So, but we'll see if Ottawa keeps winning. You're only 8 points behind, albeit only 10 games left. So it's improbable. It's unlikely they'll steal a spot from any of those three, but we've seen crazier. So, and then for who's not, Columbus and Detroit. Literally, when we were at Blake and I, when we were at the Stadium Series, they were both the 2 wild card teams, and now they're below both. At least one of them. At least Detroit is below the Islanders, who was another team that came out of nowhere. Blake and I can't make sense of the Islanders, by the way. I don't get them. I never do. They always do this to people, but. And then Columbus, not as cold, but kind of let a wild card spot slip from their hands. I believe Montreal heated up quite a bit there and jumped them. So, just the fact that you kind of let that situation slip and you're in control, not quite in control of your destiny because a lot of teams a few points behind, but kind of tough to let that happen. But we'll see. There's still a lot of hockey left, and it'll be exciting times. So, do you have any thoughts there before we briefly mention a certain basketball game and then one more immaculate grid really quickly?
No. The Blues are hot, and they're probably, if I'm either Winnipeg or whoever comes out of the Pacific, I'd be scared to play them. I wouldn't want to play them.
Yeah.
They're getting hot at the right time, and they're without Parayko. So, whenever they get Parayko back, that just adds to all of their goodness.
It's insane. Yeah. They'll be a tough team. So, and playoff time coming up. It's a great time to be a sports fan. So, All right, really quickly, why we're bringing up 2 NBA games. Pacers, Wizards. Reason we're bringing up the two most forgettable franchises in the sport, respectively. I'm kidding, guys. At least Indiana. Washington, nobody watches you. Respect, not since John Wall, but Pacers won 162 to 109.
Yikes!
In regulation.
Yikes!
My goodness, I just had to bring this up. It's not really going to be talked about a lot. We're not going to really talk about it, other than the fact that the Pacers had. No, I'll let you guess how many guys they had score at least 10 points.
On the Pacers?
Yes.
I'm going to say 10.
You were close. They had 8.
Oof.
They had 8 different guys.
That's insane.
Which I guess, to be fair, the Wizards had 5, but to have 3 more guys hit double digits. And even another guy, 3 other guys had 8, 7, and 6. Everybody on their team scored at least 3 points. Tyrese had 29. He was doing his thing, but he did that in 25 minutes.
That's crazy.
25 minutes!
Him only playing 25 minutes just tells you how much of a blowout that was.
They're so bad. Obi Toppin had 15 and 16. He was scoring a point a minute.
That's insane.
Thomas Bryant had 12 and 14. Tony Bradley, 8 and 9. They had 4 guys nearly scoring a point a minute when they saw the court. Oh my gosh. So, and the Pacers had, look at this really quickly, 8, 16, 23, 29. They had over 30 assists. They had 40 assists.
That's crazy.
I think just briefly looked at math, they did have 40 assists. So, the Wizards are this year's Pistons. Wizards, if there's any consolation by me calling you that, there's hope because the Pistons are a 5 seed right now. Unbelievable miracle.
What a turn.
Go from losing 29 in a row to being a legit playoff team. So good for you, Detroit. But I just had to bring that up. And then really briefly, LeBron, you're catching a stray. Shout out to the Bulls. Clutch play of the week goes to Josh Giddey, hitting that half-court shot to win the game. And the Lakers got swept by the Bulls, who all of a sudden are now only 7 games under 500. And all this time, they've still been a play-in team. They're slowly moving their way up. They might be a crazy 7th seed at this pace while being 4 games under. Eastern Conference is so bad, minus the really top heavy. But I just had to give a shout out to the Bulls sweeping LeBron. Luka feels so bad for you, that's brutal. Considering LeBron allowed the last 12 points of the game, by the way, too. So this is your GOAT.
Did you also see that they were up 18 with 10 minutes left in the game?
I did. Oh, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Oh, that is brutal. Lakers had a nice little honeymoon phase with Luka for sure when they went on the winning streak, but they're kind of falling apart again. Does look like, it's really just LeBron and Luka out there. Reeves is nice too, but
don't worry, Lakers. Yeah. Clippers are the second best team in the West.
You know what? Screw it. You might as well bring that up. Kendrick Perkins. Bro. I mean, he acknowledges the Thunder were the best, and that's objectively true. At least regular season. Postseason, we'll talk another topic, but right now, Thunder, definitely the best. Nuggets. I mean, I know they've been inconsistent. His logic was the Clippers are better because of consistency. I was like, buddy, if Jokic cared about playing basketball, they'd have 60 wins right now.
Yeah.
That man literally threw a full court shot like he was a staff accountant. Bro is like, this is my 9 to 5. Whoop! Drains it. Stop it. If they have a guy that's doing that, the Clippers are not better than that. The Memphis Grizzlies are, albeit they just fired their coach, little unusual to me. I thought he did well last year given the circumstances that, John Morant decided to post a gun on Instagram twice. Moron. But
and then Jaren Jackson was out for a lot of the year.
And Desmond Bane was hurt too. So it's like he kind of got screwed last year, and they're back to being a 40-win team, on pace for a 50-win team again this year. So Memphis fans, let us know if you think it was a good firing. I didn't think it was kind of justified, but oh well, he'll find another job. He did a decent job, in my opinion. And then Houston, I'd like to think the Rockets are better. Why? They're much younger. Yeah, wow, Kawhi's playing, but how much longer until he's going to be out 6 to 8 months with, a strained eyebrow.
Unibrownitis.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's stinking Kawhi. So, great player when he's on the court, but that's a big one. So, I mean, and there are a couple other teams you could discuss, too. You could even make an argument for the Timberwolves, man. I know they've been having a down year, missing Towns. That trade has not panned out in their favor in any way, but in my opinion, just Edwards alone versus Kawhi. I'm taking Edwards right now. 10 years ago, I mean, if they were both in their prime, different story, debatably. But as of right now, if you're taking Kawhi over Anthony Edwards, you're insane. So that's where I'd even go with the Timberwolves. So. But hey, Clippers, you're,
second best team.
He's second best team. I do feel bad for you fans. But. All right, we got to cook really fast. We got to end on a good immaculate grid. I just can't end on that.
Or try to cook.
All right, well, let's, I got a good one. Tom Brady, number 12. Let me tell you, I just got a good feeling. I don't got a good feeling. We're out.
I think you're sharing.
They did so many Cy Young ones. Oh, you know what? What's Babe Ruth's home run number?
I don't know.
714? Hang on.
You're also sharing your Pacers.
Oh, crap. Am I? Wow. Boomer moment. I clicked way too fast. I saw Immaculate Grid. That's weird. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's not happening either.
Not Detroit, Milwaukee again.
That's crazy. You know what? Let's go an even 700. Okay, screw it. We'll try it. We'll try it.
Okay.
So, really quickly, the rows are Twins, Giants, and Blue Jays. Columns are Gold Glove, 2,000 hits at a career, and 100 RBI season.
Did
you have
Kirby
to win the Gold Glove with the team? You do.
Did Kirby Puckett win it with the Twins?
Gold Glove? Oh, Gold Glove.
Did he ever win
I
with Gold
was thinking
Glove?
Cy Young for some reason. I don't know. I'm sure he did.
I mean, an easy lock is Byron Buxton.
I was going to say Joe Mauer, but we could do Buxton.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't think of Mauer.
Yeah, let's just do Byron Buxton. But I think Mauer would have been higher, to be honest.
Probably. Did Chapman
yeah.
win one last year?
Ooh.
I mean, also another obvious one is
Brandon Crawford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to stay away. Has your Stremski ever won one? I know he's great defensively, but I don't think he has.
I don't think so. Posey, you could go Buster Posey, too.
Yeah.
I feel like Posey's going to be higher than Brandon Crawford, though.
Yeah, I think Crawford's going to be... Did Hunter Pence ever win one?
I don't know.
Tim Lincecum? I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either.
I mean, we have two that we definitely know did. Did Barry Bonds ever win one? Probably not, because he could never run.
Not with the Giants. He would have won one with the Pirates, if anything.
Yeah.
We can come back to him. Twins, Blue Jays Gold Glove.
Pilar. Kiermaier. I don't know if Kiermaier won it with them, though.
We could do Pilar. How do you spell Pilar?
2 L's, P-I-L.
There we go.
Yeah. No.
No?
He has Gold Gloves.
Then when it went to Toronto, I guess.
That's where he played most of his career. Okay. Wow.
We could challenge it. I'll look
I
it up.
swore.
Let's see. Baseball Almanac. Nope. Doesn't have one.
He doesn't have one?
He has a Blue Jays most improved player. Yeah, no.
That's a disgrace. That man deserves a Gold Glove.
Well, unfortunate, but that's okay. You know what? Screw it. 100 RBI. If Jeff Kent is not on this list, I'm a little higher than I was hoping for, but that's okay. Barry Bonds would be such a lousy... It has to be 2001 game with that team. Pablo Sandoval! I should have done... Sandoval actually might have done 100 RBI. He might have.
I mean,
don't know if he did.
Hunter Pence had to have had 2000.
All right, I'll trust you.
Maybe not. Don't trust me.
Nope, we're committed.
I didn't. Yep. Didn't think so.
Crap, we're not doing any better. Whatever, we'll redeem ourselves next week.
Justin Morneau.
Yeah, I know Morneau did these for sure. At this point, with how long we're going, I might as well just. You know what? No, I'm a certified ball mower. That's my glorious king.
Oh, I thought that I didn't say him because I thought it'd be higher.
And Torrey Hunter is like the most disrespected player I've ever seen.
Interesting.
It's insane.
Yeah,
I love Torrey Hunter.
I didn't say Torrey Hunter because I thought that was the first one I thought of. I mean,
did Teoscar Hernandez have an 100 RBI season with Toronto?
Oh, I mean, that dude balled out the year
We might as well
before he
say
left.
screw it and risk it, right?
Sure.
Certified ball knower.
I was going to say, he had
certified
to have.
ball knower. Certified, because he got a bag. So he had to. All right. That's a good pull. 2,000 hits in a career. I mean, like, Barry Bonds is literally right there. I don't want to be that guy, though.
I mean, Buster
Is John
Posey.
Dowd in here? If you played MVP Baseball 2005 chat, you know what I mean by that. Gold. Did Tulowitzki win a Gold Glove with Toronto?
We already did that one.
Oh yeah, we did. You're right. I forgot about that.
Pilar, who apparently doesn't
Pilar.
have a Gold Glove.
What was the other one we got wrong? Oh wait, is that it? Yeah, we got 2 wrong. There's one with. Yeah, I don't remember. Oof. We didn't guess this yet.
No, we didn't also guess. I didn't think we guessed any of the rest of them. Interesting. Oh, we guessed the San Fran 2000 hits.
Oh, okay.
With Pence.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm going to guess Kirby Puckett. Yeah. Show some respect. Toronto 2000 hits. Oh, well, I mean... Oh... Did Vernon Wells ever do it?
Oh.
I'm risking it. I want to disclaim right now, if I'm wrong, I know Jose Bautista's on this list. So even though
we don't mention that name. Rugi.
Okay, you know what? That's fair enough.
With a little 1-2 piece combo.
All right, I'll redact that statement. We know somebody else. How about that? Dang it! I knew it. I risked it all, and I'll just say, screw it. We'll just try Tim Lincecum for Gold Glove. Yeah. We went riskier with that. Though. Like, I feel like if we clearly had a couple others that we would have had.
I mean, San Fran Gold Glove by itself, we had 2 others.
Yeah. We had a couple for sure. So I don't feel too bad about that one. But, all right. Well, any last thoughts before we call it a day? Call it an episode?
Nope. I'm glad we have 160 games left in the season.
Darn right. The Cardinals scored 1 more run, so I didn't get a save opportunity. I hate you, St. Louis. It's okay. The guy I'm facing is not going to get a save. So we chill and chat. But my last shout out is to my glorious Pookie Bryce Terang hitting a home run. That was freaking hilarious. So I got another home run. Love to see Jake Westberg. Westberg is my king. All right. Well, it's a longer episode. As long as we're doing like immaculate grids at this point, they're going to be longer. So just hang in and try to touch your ball knowledge. You'll probably do better than us, guys. So, but yeah, we will talk to you all later.